let's move on to the next installment then of 2023 draft prospects. We have all name team leader. Like the competition might as well be named after him. We have another Swede here for everything that's being covered in smart scouting. Smart.
Thank you.
I'm being nice this time. We got our boy Axel Sandin Pellikka. What a fucking name.
He is solid too. So we can do like general player profile here. Right shot defenseman. I think he's like 5'10", maybe 5'11". So
okay, so I
quote unquote undersized. You have to say it. But fairly stocky, like I think he's like 185 pounds. I think he's 5'11", like 185, whatever. He'll be a guy that's challenging to be the first defenseman off the board. I think it's between guys like him, Reinbacher, that kid, was he Austrian? Yeah. Is he?
Well, then, good day, mate.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Son of a bitch. That really that stopped me in my tracks there. But it's between guys like him, Reinbacher, and this Dmitry Simashev kid in Russia. Unreal. It can't be Gulyayev, even though he is lighting it up now too in Russia. He's literally all offense. I think I said this a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So he's challenging with those guys to be the first defenseman off the board. He's unbelievable. Like, such a fun player to watch. I think right now he's recently went back down to the J20 after fully graduating into the SHL team on Skelleftea, one of the best teams in the SHL. Started off like any of them do, playing just a couple minutes every night, not really playing on the power play, whatever. Eventually they were like, we have to play him a lot now. And he was doing like 14, 15, which 60 minutes a night, quarterback in the power play, which is really fucking hard to do as a draft eligible, playing in probably the third best league in the world. So he just recently went back down to the J20s. I think he's played one game since the World Juniors. But he's at like 1.78, something like that, points per game playing Swedish World Junior, like J20, it's like the U20s, as a defenseman. And he's setting records. Like he's putting up more points than like Ogren did last year at the J20 as a fucking defenseman. So the thing with him too is he actually, yes, he's undersized. Yes, his biggest strength is like the offensive side, where the vision, the playmaking, whatever, like that's obviously like his strongest asset. Defensively, though, he's one of those guys that a lot of times those quote unquote undersized, I have to say it every time, guys who are all, put up good offensive numbers, the way that they're effective defensively is just rush defense. And he is very good because he is his hockey IQ is unbelievably high. Like one of those guys that's able to just read where the play is going, whatever. But again, rush defense, he's killing plays, and he is physical too. Like he crushes guys. The thing with him that when he went up to the SHL that he really had to adjust was like he could like get killed on the forecheck, and I thought he had a lot of trouble under pressure there. But that also took a big step as he went on too, where he was doing the things I talk about Masters doing, where he is beating everyone that tries to forecheck him. So like he not only went to the SHL, but he had weaknesses in his game that he worked out there, and he brought back to the World Juniors, where he was probably Sweden's best defenseman, which again, it's hard as a fucking draft eligible to make that team or any World Juniors team. And by the end of the tournament, he's leading them in ice time. He's realistically, again, their best defenseman on that fucking team. He's quarterback in their power play. So he's such an interesting player. Like I think his ceiling is just so high. And again, he's not a guy that's all offense. Like a guy like Mikhail Gulyayev, the Russian kid, who it was him and Cameron Allen, who's probably not going to go the first round this year. Coming into this draft, they were the top two defensemen. Gulyayev literally may as well not take a single stride in his own end. He is literally a forward that plays defense. Like it's so different. So like Pellikka though, he plays a decent enough 200-foot game where you're not just like, oh, he's a power play merchant. Like, he's not one of those guys. And again, watching him in transition is so fun. Like, he's just a really fun player. Like, the mobility, the vision, the hockey IQ. And again, like, yes, he's 5'11", but he throws big boy hits, like, in the SHL too. So I just think he gives you a ton of offense, first of all, but he gives you enough of a well-rounded game that, you know, he will be challenging for, first of all, top 10 this year, and he will be challenging to be the first defenseman off the board. I think it'll still be Reinbacher, but Pellikka's right there. Like, his offense is just through the roof. And again, the skating's just unbelievable, and he can pound pucks too. Like, he's putting up, like, this was the kid that got drafted high by New York. Oh, Lundqvist. Like, that was a kid that similar kind of type profile, where he went to the SHL. He's like, oh shit, he's producing. So that's why he got drafted where he did. But I think Pellikka gives you more of a well-rounded game too. So similar-ish profile to Lundqvist, who went from New York to Dallas this year, playing, again, somewhat of a similar role when he's going and playing in the SHL. But he might be my second or third favorite player of this draft. And I love this kid.
Ooh. That's big.
I got to pull it up. I got to see. Like, at one point this year, I think it was like 10 or 11 games into the season in the J20, the U20 in Sweden. He had like 11 goals and 15 assists. And it was just like, it was torching. Yeah, he's got 15 goals and 14 assists in 23 games in fucking J20. This is like, it's a joke. Like, it's so funny. He scored 4 goals. It was them in the second place team a while ago. And it was like a showdown of guys that were challenged for the first round. And Pellikka was just like, no, I got it. And he like he'll take over games playing at the U20 level. And he just played the Four Nations or whatever and lit it up. Like, him and Lindstein played together and they were just torching teams. So I'm a big Pellikka fan. And again, he's gonna be challenging for top 10, challenging for the first defenseman off the board in 2023.
Love it.